Good morning, all of you. In our previous session, we have discussed about various types of softwares, their categories, their uses, and now today we will be discussing about the proprietary and free and open source software. So let's start with the topic. And remember, today this is the last topic of our chapter. So ultimately, we are going to complete chapter 1 today. Fine, and I will be giving you some question answers that you are supposed to do. Okay, so let's start with today's topic, that is proprietary and free and open source software. Okay, so the very first thing is OSS and FLOSS. Now, first of all, what is OSS? OSS refers to open source software, which refers to the software whose source code is available to customers. Now, see, the very first thing is it is open source software. Okay, open source software means source code is available and it is given here whose source code is available to customers and it can, this is and it can be modified and redistributed without any limitation. So what you have to understand that you can modify this type of software as well as you can redistribute this type of software. So actually you have to understand that what are the terms that we are using with this specific type of software. For example, you need to keep in mind that its source code is available. This is the first thing. Second thing is you can modify it. Third thing is it can be redistributed without any limitations, means you can redistribute it to as many as people you wanted to share. I hope this is clear. Then next is the FLOSS. Okay, FLOSS is free, library and open source software or free library and open source software. Only the spelling is different. Okay, otherwise both the terms are same and it is both free software as well as open source software. Okay, so what it is given over here, first is it is free of cost available. Second is it is open source, and just now we have discussed the meaning of open source. So what we can say, if we will compare these two, here it is not given that it is free of cost, but here it is given it is free of cost. Okay, so this is what called as your free library and open source software. Then next we are having is, in this category only, the next option is proprietary software. With the name only you can understand that it is generally called as personalized software, which are generally paid software. Okay, so it is given here, proprietary software is the software that is neither open nor freely available. So it means its source code you will be not able to see. It is not free, it means it is paid. Its use is regulated through a license, and further distribution and modification is either forbidden or requires special permission by a supplier or a vendor. Source code of proprietary software is generally not available. So now what you have to understand over here, first of all, even its distribution and modification is generally not allowed. Okay, and then the most important thing what you have to understand is that these are generally paid software. Okay, so and they actually need a special permission basically if you wanted to modify this or you wanted to distribute this. Okay, some of the example it is given in your books: Microsoft Windows operating system, Adobe Premiere Pro, other Adobe software, Quick Heal antivirus, and many more. See, I think out of these all, Quick Heal antivirus maybe you have used, or maybe you know it is a very popular antivirus. Its licensed version is actually a paid version. Okay, you if you want a complete security, you need to pay for it, and then you can use it. Without paying, only you can use the trial version, which is having limited time as well as limited facilities. Okay, then after this, next type is your freeware. Now the term freeware. The term freeware is generally used for software which is available free of cost. This is the first term that it is available free of cost, which allows copying and further distribution. Okay, it means first, the very first thing is that it is free of cost. Second is copying is allowed. Okay, third thing is distribution is allowed. Only the thing is that modification is not allowed and the source code is not available. See, source code is not available, it means you cannot do modification. Otherwise, where you will be doing modification, right? So what you have to understand that freewares are free of cost. You can use it, you can allow other, you can share it with the others, but you cannot modify these and you cannot see the source code of these. Okay, freeware should not be mistaken for the open source software or free softwares. Now see, again you have to remember the terms that we are using actually. These terms are actually going to differentiate between all these points. Okay. So ultimately what you have to understand that it can be used for free of cost, but doesn't mean that it is a open source software. I hope this is clear. Okay. Okay, as per your book, one example is given for freeware, that is Microsoft Internet Explorer. Okay, I hope all of you must have used this. It is nothing but a browser which is generally provided with your Windows operating system, and it can be downloaded freely, it can be used freely, you can distribute it with other persons, but you cannot modify it, you cannot see the source code of it. Okay, this is what you have to understand about the freeware. And last but not the least, that is your free software. Okay, last topic of your chapter. Free software means the software is freely accessible, can be freely used, changed, improved, copied, distributed. Means actually what you have to understand that everything you can do over here. In some or other, you were having some sort of limitations, but here if you will see, there is no limitation given. You can freely use it, you can change it, you can improve it, you can copy it, and you can distribute it by all those who wish to do so, and no payments are needed to be made for a free software, and no payments are required. Okay, so what you have to understand, free softwares are actually free in each and every sense. Okay, this is what you have to understand with this. Even no payments are required for this. I hope this point is clear. Now today what I want is that you go through all these topics again, this complete chapter, and then I have prepared some question answers for your homework. Okay, so because this will be your first time, so you have to do this properly. What you are going to do, I have given you from your book, page number 22, I have given all these questions that you are supposed to find the answers. You have to write it in your notebook. It is given here. You have to write it in your notebook. Then you have to take photograph of it. You have to make PDF file of it. There are so many apps with which you can make it you can make its photograph. For example, you can use Adobe Scan or any other PDF creator, through which you can simply take the photographs and then you can create a PDF. Then you are going to upload it on this particular link. Okay, this link is actually created for you within 7 days of given work. So today I have given you the work, then within next 7 days you are supposed to upload this work. Okay, this is your homework ID. So actually with this I will come to know that which homework actually you are uploading. Okay, maybe I later on or after some time, maybe I will be giving you question answers frequently. So in that particular case, with homework ID, I can actually understand that this is your which ID. So this is your IP 11th class first homework. So this we are considering as a ID of this particular homework, and these all are question answers. So do it nicely, write it in good handwriting. Okay, and try to upload it as soon as possible. Okay, then God bless you. Thank you so much.